Awesome. So this time on Midweek Music Maelstrom, we've got Black Clash, and I am so stoked to get all the bandmates together. Midweek Music Maelstrom is here for everything that you need to find new music to listen to, new shows in the area, and keep your finger on the pulse of everything that's happening locally. So the local band that we've got, Black Clash, would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Aday, and I'm the guitar player and main songwriter.
Yes. Hi, my name's Ben. I'm the bass player.
And I'm Kenny. I play drums.
And yo, what's up? I'm Mike, and I play the vocals.
Awesome. I'm so stoked to be able to get you guys here. When I was listening to your music, a lot of the influences were just really clear. Like, you guys have a great, like, classic sound. So how did you come about finding that sound?
Well, for me in particular, it was just kind of like the whole angry thing, and also the whole, like, for me, it's like folk music for someone who like hates folk music. That's kind of how I would do it. I listen to a lot of East and West Coast stuff. I like the West Coast scene a little bit more. So I'm a really big fan of like the Germs, for example, X, early Black Flag, and stuff like that. And even some of the cool breakdowns and stuff, and just speed of like 7 Seconds, for example, is like another band I really, really like. Even some of the newer stuff. So yeah, well, that's where that came from for me, at least.
So when you guys were putting this project together, how did you guys determine, this is exactly what we want to do? And how did you go about selecting, like, who's going to be a member?
Oh boy. That was a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, a lot, a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, this guy picked me up as a former bass player from another band and said, "Hey, will you play drums for me?"
So from bass to drums, just
threw him in.
Yeah, I mean, lock in the rhythm section pretty much.
Oh, yeah. God, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
So growing up, what were the things that you listened to that really made you fall in love with this type of sound?
See, I grew up with a lot of Metallica and stuff like that, which, thrash metal and punk actually have, a fairly close relationship, very, very hyper fuzz, angry, get the message out there kind of sound.
Oh boy. I really didn't like rock and roll music for a while. Wasn't played in my house like at all. But I started getting into it when I heard like guitar lines on rap songs, because that was a great era of music. And then I got into like Ramones, Green Day, Sex Pistols, early rock and roll like Led Zeppelin, stuff like that. Nirvana especially. I really love Nirvana. Main reason why I'm playing guitar. So I just liked how angry all that stuff was. I also liked the energy, no matter like if it was like hard rock or classic or whatever, it was like the energy when it was a high energy song was always there. So I was like, okay, it's kind of what I want to do.
For me, it was more so I've been in the rock and alternative for a good majority of my life, actually. I listened to more of the more mainstream bands though at the time, like I'd be down with the Offspring, 3 Days Grace, like all the one Rise Against, all the big names there really. And I didn't really delve into like some of the smaller names until I joined the band.
And for me, really, all I gotta say, really, for me, is just, damn, I had a depressing ass childhood. Like, god damn, like, I'll just say right now, my music taste is like all over. Like, when I was, how do I word it? It's like if I were to just like say, yo, on the scale of 1 to 10, how bad is your music taste? And it's like if I'm in a good mood, then maybe a 6, maybe. But now it's like when I joined this band, actually it was just like me and the day at one point. It was just me when it was just like me and kids. Really, it was like, hey, you want to join the band? Like, sure, fuck it. And really, it's just like he's the one who got me into it. Really.
I guess that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
So you guys have an album out on Spotify.
Mhm.
So I was looking at your Spotify and I really like some of the stuff that I heard. And that was only 2020. So that came out when we were at like peak COVID. So was that before or after all that happened?
Before.
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah.
Cause
we had the album recorded before COVID because I remember we had it on Bandcamp, we had it on Bandcamp to be bought, and then later on when we could afford it, we went with DistroKid to get the album on multiple other platforms.
Now, mind, I wasn't on this album, so I want to disclaim that now.
Yeah, no, Kenny wasn't on this album.
no.
So because quarantine kind of impacted everything and because things have been so, unstable ever since, have you guys been able to play a show together as Black Clash?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I have to ask, what personally has been your coolest and or weirdest experience during a show?
I'm going to start this one. More recent show at the Orpheum. I was starting to set up my drums, and someone just yells our name from the lip of the stage, and I'm just like, holy shit, they're cheering for us. And then that same show, everyone is just moshing like crazy. There's a whole big crush right at the lip of the stage, and I'm just feeling the energy from it.
Yeah, no, kind of what he said. We actually had a guy. The last Orpheum show we had a guy jump on the stage. That was pretty cool. And the one before that, was like a Halloween gig, I think. And we had like a bunch, and we had some people come in before that. And well, I had some friends of mine come in, and we were talking after the show, and they were like, "Yeah, no, you guys." They were telling me like, "You guys actually brought in a mosh pit to the show," and I'm like. But weirdest thing, I don't really got anything for weirdest thing.
I might have something for weirdest. We
Lay it
played.
on me.
We played a show in Orlando. It was a New Year's Eve show, and there was this dude sitting in his van, quarantining himself because he had like COVID. And he's just sitting in his van, no like signs, no anything, just like, oh yeah, dude, I have COVID. I'm like, why?
Yeah, what if I got in your bubble then,
Like that still doesn't make sense why he came out there in the first place.
It was so dumb. It was like, I'm going to quarantine myself by a heavily populated show. That's what America wants.
I mean, like he could have, like I mean, he was even sitting out the back of his van. Like he couldn't just sit inside his van with like the window cracked down a little bit. He had to sit out in the back playing his acoustic, while people could walk by.
Yeah, that was the weirdest one for me. But the coolest one was our last Orpheum show when people were singing with us on the chorus, I think, for one of our newer songs, Gun Show Activist. I was like, whoa, people are singing with us. That's badass. That was the coolest one.
I gotta agree with that one. That was the pretty cool music experience for me as well. Just damn, man.
Awesome. So we didn't have anyone get taken out on a stretcher. No grandmas got spin kicked. Awesome.
Oh, actually, there is one more I want to add. Actually. Oh yeah, because like we're just talking about the recent show. No, this happened at the Vermont show. We played the last Vermont show we played last time. So we were playing on top of a skate shop, right?
Yeah.
And Reception was kind of weak because it was like playing to the public type of deal. We thought it would be bigger, but long story short, someone told Michael, our vocalist, to say, "Fuck the mayor," like as loud as he could, and he did. And then we later learned, like seconds later, the mayor was directly underneath us when he screamed that out, and I'm looking at it today, like saying, "Hey, listen, man, we're punk now. We finally did it. We finally told the politician to fuck off."
Fuck authority.
Now, whenever we sing that song on GSA, they have a reason to shoot me.
I mean, how many more shows until Michael gets shot on stage?
I'm gonna predict 17. We're gonna give it 17.
All right, we'll count. All right.
All right, I guess you're just gonna have to keep a tally, and then we will just keep doing update interviews until
Michael
one
gets
day
shot.
Michael isn't there because he's in the hospital.
Yeah. So Michael, watch your back and watch your lyrics.
Well, I would hope that if that were to happen, it is a survivable wound.
Yeah. Well, a water pistol to the arm. There we go.
Indeed, we
He
couldn't.
didn't specify what he'd get shot with. It could be a slingshot.
It could be a harpoon.
Could also very true.
Also be a harpoon.
Maybe a crossbow.
Guys.
All right, so
A
I guess
bow and
now
arrow.
before we start taking bets.
A bow and arrow.
Okay,
Yes.
we're going fucking medieval now. Okay.
Oh no.
So, what are some projects or any sort of material that we could expect in the future? Do you guys have any merch planned? Any singles that you're working on?
Well, we are going to do more of our shirts. We're going to do another order of those, and then also on top of that, we are working on something to be released this year. I'm not going to go into too many details.
Awesome.
Yeah. I hope everybody likes it.
Oh, they will. It's Black Clash. Of course, they're gonna like it.
Listen, no.
Thanks.
The thing in question was actually the very same set list we've been playing for like how many shows now?
Hey,
Oh.
don't give away the secret.
So, what would you say would be some music that you listen to that is completely outside the genre of what Black Clash sounds like?
Good majority of it.
I listen to things like I like to listen to synthwave a lot. I also like kind of like video game soundtracks. I kind of listen to a little bit like a very small proportion of jazz, and some folk.
I gotta say, I like a lot of blues. I'm a very big blues fan. A lot of hip hop, classic era, modern era, even. Very big fan of the trap movement. Surprisingly, also, I like art punk. I love like the no wave movement and stuff like that. Just how weird those sounds can get. So that stuff's pretty fun.
I'm into like outlaw country and stuff like that. Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson. I also like a lot of heavy metal across a whole spectrum of subgenres there. Stuff that could be bombastic and orchestral, or it can be just as raw and gritty as punk.
I dig it. So you guys just have all these different tastes, but you guys still meld together and make this cohesive punk sound. I love it.
Oh yeah. It helps that I have a really, really good band that I can kind of bring any riff to, because these guys are just on it. They got the sound, they got the feel almost immediately, and that's really helpful.
So what would you say was your favorite song that you put out on this album?
Men. Men is like my
That was my
one.
favorite.
Yeah. Men and Landlord. Those two are my absolute. I can listen to them all day.
I don't normally listen to our own music.
Someone was honest. I always thought it was kind of weird. So in an interview, Jack White was saying how when he is in the studio making music, he does not listen to anything for the duration of that except his own music because he doesn't want to be influenced by anything. He wants his sound to be his own. So he doesn't, it's not like he listens to his catalog. He listens to nothing but that album that he's working on for like a year while he's making it. I'm like, how does anyone do that?
I couldn't do that shit.
No, I absolutely could not. And I wouldn't necessarily think that having other influences is necessarily a bad thing. Because I mean, all the music we listen to that we like, it's going to be some kind of influence deep down regardless.
Precisely.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So you guys, you mentioned you have some shows coming up in February.
Yeah. We have one last one for January, and then we have, I think, 3 in February. Like
Awesome. So where are people going to be able to go see you play?
Oh my gosh, they're going to be able to see us play in Orlando, January 30th. They're going to be able to see us in Melbourne.
Not Australia.
Nope.
Not Melbourne, no.
No, that's going to be in Florida on the 1st, and on the 19th, we're playing Longwood, Florida, I think at Shovelhead, and then February 25th, we're playing Connolly's pub in New York.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, that's quite the trip. So if people want to listen to your music, where can they find you?
They can find us on Bandcamp, Spotify, other places.
We have some live videos on YouTube too, as well.
Yeah.
I did see the live ones. I thought those were really cool. I loved them.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm following you guys on Spotify, and I still need to do like a subscription on YouTube. But I definitely love what you guys are putting out, and I cannot wait to hear more. And thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
No problem.
Always a pleasure.
We have had the Black Clash here on Midweek Music Maelstrom, and it is always so great to get a full band together, all the diversity of answers. And if you guys know anyone who wants to be on Midweek Music Maelstrom, please send them my way. We are here to keep all the new music, all the new tunes right here at the surface for you. And we cannot wait for you guys to come back with more. Thank you so much for letting me have you guys. And we'll catch y'all next time.
All right.
Bye, everyone.